Welcome back to my episode reviews of the original Rescue Bots cartoon. Today, we're taking a look at the episode, You've Been Squilshed. In this episode, a big green blob from outer space threatens to consume all of Griffin Rock, and it's up to the Rescue Bots to stop it. We begin this episode with the Burnses having a game of basketball. Too bad the Rescue Bots aren't participating. Then I could reference that time in G1 where the Autobots were playing basketball. Oh wait, I just did. Cody then gets called to the Greens' lab. Why is it so dark in here? They have these great big windows all along the wall. It shouldn't be that dark in here. Well, Cody and Frankie start throwing this green slime at each other, which we'll learn that they've named Squilsh. And apparently it was synthesized from a sample brought back by the Mars rover. Even though no Mars rover has come back yet. But this is the Rescue Bots universe, not ours. Doc Green says that they need to do more testing on it. So why is he letting these kids throw it at each other if they know barely anything about it? That can't be safe, can it? After coming into contact with a battery, the Squilsh comes alive, despite what Doc Green says.
Technically, no. Squilsh doesn't have a mind.
It moves on its own, it avoids capture, it absorbs other material to create more of itself, and it flees from harm. If that doesn't count as being alive, I don't know what does, Doc. So the Squilsh escapes and it's up to the Rescue Bots to stop it. Meanwhile, Graham is grappling with his decision to go to the prestigious Grimsky Technical Institute, which I'm assuming is like the Rescue Bots version of MIT or something. It's a great opportunity, but Graham doesn't seem to want to leave the team.
Yeah, but I can't punch through walls or turn into a vehicle.
And I can't fit through most doors. Guess that's why we make a good team.
If that's the only reason you need Graham, then you just need to get yourself a mini-con, Boulder. I like how Doc Green warns them not to let the Squilsh touch water, only after Heatwave sprays it down with his water blasters.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
We then see Mr. Pettypaws sleeping in the park. Aw, cute little kitty. But the Squilsh is approaching and swallows Mr. Pettypaws. Oh no.
You monster!
I'm right there with you, Blades. Fortunately, we know that Mr. Pettypaws is going to be okay. 1, because he shows up later in Rescue Bots Academy, and 2, because this is a little kid's cartoon. They're not going to let some blob monster eat a cat, right? So the Squilsh is moving towards a bunch of kids on a playground, and when Chief Burns and Chase go to save them, the blob ends up absorbing Chase. But luckily, he seems to be okay, for now. When Heatwave rescues the motorist from the damaged power lines, doesn't she look like Haley, but with differently colored hair and clothes? I wonder, did they reuse Haley's model to create this new character? Or was this originally Haley, but then they realized that she yet again wrecked another vehicle? So instead of making this a running thing with her, they then decided to just change her hair and clothing colors and make her a totally different character. So the Squilsh comes into contact with the downed power lines. It gets electrocuted and spits out Mr. Pettypaws. Thank goodness he's okay.
That's one hairball. Now cough up Chase!
That was actually a pretty good line. So Graham and Boulder set up a trap for the Squilsh with a large battery, but it just absorbs it. The team figures out that they need to use alternating current on the Squilsh, not direct current. You know, like AC/DC.
Oh, I love Led Zeppelin!
But while they're having this epiphany, the Squilsh absorbs a whole pool full of people. And it seems to set its own trap for the Rescue Bots.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Fear is a great motivator.
Aw, poor Blades. So Graham and Boulder work together to zap the Squilsh, destroying it and freeing everybody trapped inside.
Chase, are you alright?
It seems there is gelatin residue I will have to remove in private.
Ooh, I'm surprised they got away with a joke this risque in this show.
The Squilsh acted as an insulator against the high voltage shock, just like we thought it would.
You did? I mean, I guess they knew that from when it got zapped by the power lines and Mr. Pettypaws was okay. But it's a good thing that the Squilsh insulated the people inside it. It's also a good thing that the Squilsh only seems to digest non-living matter. That's why the people and Chase were unharmed. Though it's very convenient that the Squilsh didn't consume the clothes off the people inside of it for some reason. Otherwise, we'd have a bunch of naked people running around right now. But obviously that would be inappropriate for a little kid's show. Maybe they were in one of those air pockets that they mentioned earlier. That's why they didn't suffocate in the Squilsh either.
Cody!
Don't worry, it's harmless now. And look! It's a Martian nightlight.
So they turned the Squilsh into a lava lamp? Now I kinda wanna buy a green lava lamp and pretend that it's a Squilsh lava lamp. Or a Martian nightlight as Cody calls it. Wait, is lava lamp copyrighted or trademarked or whatever? Is that why they couldn't call it a lava lamp? And we end the episode with Graham deciding not to go to this prestigious school that he was accepted into.
Noble! That's great.
Really?
What? No. I mean, maybe I'm being a little biased because of my background, but I think Graham should go to this school. His family and the rescue bots will be fine without him. Who knows? Maybe they could even find someone else that they could trust to replace him temporarily. It would be nice to have someone else in on the rescue bot's secret. And he can always come back and rejoin the team when he graduates.
Where else can I learn science from actual aliens?
Bet that college doesn't have any teachers like us.
Rescue bots? Teachers? Sorry, I couldn't hold it together. Oh, this line killed me knowing that one day the rescue bots would be teachers with their own academy. Oh, I love this show. So I'll say it now, but I think Graham and Boulder might be my least favorite rescue bot and human partner in this show. Not that I dislike them, it's just that I like all the other rescue bots and their partners so much more. Well, except maybe Cade. But I really loved this episode. It was such a great character building episode for these two. I am a little disappointed that Graham didn't take the opportunity to go to this special school. Like I mentioned, I think it would have been interesting to see the rescue bots and their partners be short-handed, and or possibly bring in a new member. And of course, I can't finish this review without mentioning how this episode seemed to be heavily inspired by the Blob. And I think maybe Flubber a little bit too. In fact, I kind of wish this episode had more in common with Flubber. I mean, we did see the Squilsh get brought to life by electricity, kind of like how Flubber was. And who knows, maybe now that we know that the Squilsh is good for insulation, perhaps that will factor into a future episode, and they'll find an application for the Squilsh's insulating properties. Something I just thought of. If they found out that the Squilsh was weak to electricity, I'm surprised nobody told Chase to try using his tasers. Although I'm guessing those are direct current, like the battery, and wouldn't be effective anyways. Also, good thing I checked the wiki, because I totally missed the fact that Cody gets to the Green's lab using his hoverboard, which is actually his comm tab, the little communicator device that we've seen him use in other episodes. But this episode is actually the first time that we've seen Cody use its hoverboard function. As a huge Back to the Future fan, this is so awesome. And of course, we'd see Cody use his hoverboard throughout the series, as well as in Rescue Bots Academy. Although it looks a little bit different in that series. So I don't know if it's the same device, an upgraded version, or perhaps just a dedicated hoverboard. Well, what about you? What did you think of this episode of the original Rescue Bots series? As always, let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here next week for the next episode of Rescue Bots Countdown. See you then.
If I'd only read about humans instead of living with you and your family, there'd be a lot more I wouldn't understand. Like fondue.
So are you two... do you... fondue?